All right, welcome, Bam Bam, to another exciting episode of Talking Business with Ritz. Today, we are diving into a truly transformative topic, which is empower your mind and body, navigating mindful fitness with NLP. So get ready and fasten your seatbelts as we get to know our guest on a deeper level in the Know the Expert segment. We'll explore the three topics that she will be sharing in the Learn from the Experts, and of course, know how we can collaborate with our guest in the Work with the Expert segment. Now, stay tuned for an opening journey, okay, eye-opening journey that will empower you to sculpt both your. All right, after this. All right, get ready to explore the incredible synergy between mental and physical well being. So, our guest today, Miss Yamuna David, a life coach, clinical hypnotherapist, and NLP practitioner, will unravel the secrets of mindful fitness that go beyond just lifting weights. Okay, without much ado, here we go. Let's welcome. Where is my welcoming committee? All right, here we go. Let's welcome Coach Yamuna David.
Hello, hello. That was already a really nice introduction, so thank you for that. Yes,
All
my
right.
name is Yamuna. As you said, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, and life coach, and I'm here to talk to you about mindful fitness, in particular, the method of movement therapy that I have created, which is called active NLP. And active NLP came to me as a form of therapy when I was going through a particular difficult time in my life. When I started working out, at first it was on a very superficial level. I just thought, okay, I want to look good. And that was it. I was particularly stressed in my life. And after a few months of working out, I realized that not only did I feel stronger in my body, but I felt stronger in my mind. You know, the fog had cleared. I was able to think more maturely, more consciously. And I was just finding that through the habit of taking care of my body at the gym with no excuses, that everything seemed to be a little bit better manageable. At the same time, I also discovered neuro-linguistic programming and really understood how our language impacts our life and can impact our workout. So I created Active NLP as a form of movement therapy for women, but also men, to find their unique expression through
Mhm,
movement, and in
mhm.
so start healing. And that's Active NLP in a nutshell.
All right, we'll talk about that more in the Learn from the Experts. Now, for now, um, I would like for you to, so before we delve into the valuable insights you're about to provide, let me remind our audience that this, the essence of the show, um, is about revealing the person behind or beyond the title, celebrating authentic stories and valuable lessons we gain from one another's experience. So, this is the show where we break down barriers and shed light on the secrets of entrepreneurial success. All right, now, anybody who's watching with us now, kindly comment hashtag live. Prepare your questions. We have a very interesting topic for today. All right. And for those who are catching us up on replay, comment hashtag replay. All right. Now let's move on. I'm going to give the stage again back to our coach here. and she will be discussing a very short introduction about herself, how she started. Okay, how she started, who who she's serving, right, and where she is from. So I'm gonna give the stage back to her, and I'm gonna put a lot of stuff at the back end. I'm gonna go back in a minute or less. All right, coach, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All righty, I'll give you the stage. Here we go.
Okay, so active NLP was created in 2015 as a form of movement therapy by myself. I am now a single mother of two boys who I home educate, and fitness and mental well being is just a part of our lifestyle. It's not easy always juggling things as a woman, as a mom, as an entrepreneur. So, active NLP holds space for you to find a form of healing where you're not only taking care of your body, you're also taking care of your mind and your energetic space. So, it's all about mind, body, and soul. And I have created my unique expression now over the years, and I encourage other women and men to find their healing through movement. And I hope to inspire people. I hope to learn from people. I think when you create a community of like-minded people, you can feel so much more supported. And that is another thing that I teach in my practice: connect with like-minded people for your mental overall well-being, physical, mental, social, spiritual, everything. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Yes. Thank you very much for that. Now, let's move on to our next segment, our first segment. All right. To know the human behind the title. So, this is to know the expert. Let me just flash in the segment title. All right. Where is my stuff? Okay. Here we go. All right, let's move on. Welcome everybody to the Know the Expert segment. Um, get ready to for a unique glimpse into our guest world as we ask random questions to know her better, okay, and deeper. In this segment, we'll explore her entrepreneurial journey and gain insights from her expertise. So I am thrilled to welcome Coach Yamuna David to the show. Let's dive into the mind of this exceptional life coach, clinical hypnotherapist, and NLP practitioner. So prepare to connect with her as we unveil revealing insights. All right, coach, are you ready? It's your moment to shine. So I'll step backstage. Sorry. So let's start with the first question. So where are you located right now, coach?
I am based in Northwest London in England.
All right. Now, what is your favorite word and why?
Ooh, such a good one, especially because I love neurolinguistic programming, which is all about language. But I would have to say, at this moment in time, a word that really resonates with me and I like to encourage people to use is the word healing. We all
Healing.
need healing in some form, and it's a very powerful word. And also, when you bring it to your awareness and you kind of understand that everybody has something to heal from and that healing
Mhm.
is very powerful, yeah, it's important. I'm going to go with healing.
All right. Healing it is. Now, from the scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is the highest, how weird or how unique are you?
Oh, the other day someone said to me, like, you're very awkward. And I thought, thank you. I really took it as a compliment. I'd say a 10, again, like Beyonce says, I'd rather be crazy than jealous. I think craziness can be a good thing. You know, it's all about finding your unique expression. I'm definitely a 10. I'm okay with standing out from the crowd.
Good. See the confidence there? All right. Okay, now, on your opinion, what's the most challenging aspect of being an entrepreneur that people might not realize?
Um, Good question. I suppose when you are an entrepreneur, you can be there are different kinds of entrepreneurs. There are ones that are very sort of tech savvy and logical, and they get like the admin stuff done. And then there are entrepreneurs who are very creative souls, right?
Yeah.
And I think when you can find a balance between the two, that's like a really, really good mix.
Nice. Those are rare.
It is. And it's challenging, it is challenging to find that balance where you are a creative person, but you have to run a business, right? Because you can be as creative as you want, but if you don't have the right systems and structures in place for your business, nobody's going to get your product, nobody's going to be buying from you, and then you're just stuck being this tortured artist.
Correct. That is where they talk to me for their backend system. All right. Now, how do you handle moments of self-doubt or uncertainty in your entrepreneurial journey?
Okay, well, for this question, I'm just going to talk mainly from a woman's point of view, because I work with more women, and even though men do have a 24-hour hormonal cycle, women have a 24-hour hormonal cycle. We also have a monthly cycle. Your imposter syndrome, your self-doubt, that negative voice in your head has a place in your cycle. If it's all of your cycle, that's a problem. But actually, if you understand your cycle and you understand when your inner critic is coming, then you can actually start speaking to your inner critic, right? It's normal to have imposter syndrome. It's normal to have doubts. That's not the issue. The issue is when those thoughts, run havoc and are with you all the time. There is a place for all of those negative feelings and self-doubt, because there's something there in the background niggling at you, and you can't ignore it. You have to face it.
Right. And you have to control it, right?
You have to control it. That's right. And it is a practice. It doesn't come easy, but with a practice, you'll learn to acknowledge it, know when it's coming, know how to talk back to it, if you will. Yeah. I sometimes encourage people, look at it as an outside being and have a conversation with your inner critic, with your imposter syndrome, because it's trying to tell you something. You need to tune into that. You can't ignore it.
Okay, thank you. Now, what's a personal mantra or quote that keeps you motivated in both life and business?
I would have to harp on about your habits and your routines. As long as your habits and your routines are consistent, you're going to be okay, right? Because life has its ups and downs, and the waves are going to come crashing down upon you at some point. If you're grounded in your habits, your rituals, routines, they can be your safe space. They can be your comfort. And we all need some strength that is always there. And again, I encourage people to exercise because it's free, it's healthy, it's easy. It's the quickest way for you to get into a better headspace. You can't be all round healthy and happy if you don't take any time for some form of exercise.
All right. Physical exercise. Right.
Physical exercise, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
I would definitely say to her, you do not need to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. At the age of 15, 20, 25, I figured out that I was meant to help people, serve people, heal people around the age of 35. I never knew what I wanted to do before that. And actually, if you want to change your career path, you can do that at any time, So I think that's what I would say. Just don't focus on only one thing for the rest of your life. We should all be flexible. The world is changing so much anyway. Like if I wanted to do what I wanted to do at 15, those jobs won't be here in the next 5-10 years anyway, because we're being taken over by robots. So again, it's part of the reason why I home educate as well, because things are changing. You have to be adaptable.
Yes, adaptable, and you have to be happy in what you're doing.
You do have to be happy, because everybody's worthy of happiness in business, personal, in life.
Okay. Now, describe your perfect vacation destination and what you'd be there. What you'd be doing there.
It's definitely beach. It's definitely
Okay,
sun.
beach.
I think I previously mentioned I home educate my children, so any trip would involve being very active with my children. I'm really passionate about going to places like Thailand with them and for them to do kickboxing as a lifestyle, not so
Mhm.
much just a class that a kid goes to for, 1 hour a week. That would be my ideal lifestyle. I think like I would do yoga, the kids would do kickboxing, and we would enjoy and learn from a different culture, because I think that really expands your mind, expands your heart when you learn from other cultures and countries and people.
Wow. Yes, home education. That's great. I am actually a homeschooler, mom. So we homeschool my kid, my
Mhm.
son, since young, since the beginning, so until now. So he's 18 and he's still homeschooling.
Amazing. I love to hear it. I absolutely love to hear it. I really do. I'm sure he is
It's
very,
not,
very.
yeah, it's not a walk in the park, mind you, but it's very fulfilling, and yes, it's worth it.
I
Very.
agree. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm almost graduating. All right. Okay, now, all right, next question. So, beyond your amazing work as a life coach, what do you do when you are not working?
I work out a lot. It's been my lifestyle now since I separated from my husband. It's a
Mhm.
form of my healing, my therapy, and I love doing it. So I will work out. I'm very active. So I take the dog for a walk in the morning, and then I go to the gym. I usually work out for about an hour. I then go swimming with the children. At the moment during the summer, I've made a pact to go swimming with them every day. So for 30 minutes, I do laps. The kids do their playing. My 6-year-old learned to swim within a few days, actually, because he wasn't swimming yet. Um, and then, I really enjoy spending time with my children. Like I don't judge anyone who enjoys school and enjoys sending their children back to school, but actually I look forward to school starting again so me and the boys can enjoy places during the day and they're really empty. But yeah, my routine is exercise and then time with the children, and that's what I really love. And I do love helping my clients, of course, but that's like the work side of things. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, my ideal day would be exercising, being with my children, staying present, and just enjoying and being grateful for the life that I've built.
Yeah. All right. Now let's acknowledge one of our viewer right now, Eunice Chando. Yes. Congratulations. I think she is congratulating us about our homeschooling adventure.
Nice. Thank you so much.
All right. So, as a life coach, what's one habit that you've developed that you think has contributed to your success as an entrepreneur?
I think sharing my story, my fitness journey on the socials has
Mm-hmm.
helped massively. And it's really interesting because I never thought that I would be sharing my workouts. And I most definitely was never looking for validation, or I wasn't really looking to inspire anyone in the beginning. But every now and then I will get a message from someone who I haven't heard from before, and they will
Mm-hmm.
say, I've been watching your journey for 2 years, 3 years, sometimes 5, 6 years. And they say, you changed my life. I was so inspired. You taught me this, you taught me that. Now I home educate. Oh, I decided to separate as well. Little nuggets of my life have been able to inspire other, mainly women, some men, and I feel real gratitude for that, because I am inspired by other people. It's like a ripple effect, when you are inspired by someone, then you can inspire someone. So I would say that's probably one of my favorite parts of my journey as a life coach, that sort of my routine and habits is able to inspire other people to have healthy habits and lifestyles.
Yeah, definitely learning from others is I believe, the best school
Is.
that we have in this universe,
Yes,
right?
and we lead by example. Maybe that's a phrase that you know as a homeschooler. You know, we lead by example.
Mhm.
It's do as I do, not do as I say.
Correct. Correct. Now, last question, Coach Yamuna. What's one thing that people might be surprised to learn about you or your business?
I think the biggest thing to learn from me is that at 41 years old, I now have a successful coaching business. But had you met me even 6 years ago,
Mhm.
I never would have started. I never thought I would start a business. I never thought I was capable of starting a business, actually. Um, I learned so much in a space of a few years by having good coaches, good mentors, good friends in the industry. And yeah, I do it now. I enjoy my work, whereas I never had that before. And I think anyone who would have met me would have just thought, oh, like, no, she'll probably work, she'll have a job, she'll, live off her husband or whatever. And it just wasn't part of me. So now when I meet people and I say, well, actually, I have a coaching business, they're like, oh, really? You work out every day? I also wasn't the fitness person and until I was 35 either. Like, I didn't enjoy sport or any form of exercise for the majority of my life. So I think just the fact that I've been able to change in a positive way, that's
Mhm.
probably quite surprising to a lot of people that knew me from before.
Right. Okay, now thank you, Coach Shimona, for being such a good sport. By now, I'm sure we already have an idea of who Coach Yamuna David is as a real person. So this concludes the first segment of our show, Know the Expert. All right, welcome to the exciting part of the show, Learn from the Expert. For those who are just tuning in, this is Ritzel Loreto Rectra, your host for today. I am a content creator and process automation specialist, and I am also the CEO and owner of Mighty Chill Virtual Solutions. So join our free Facebook group, Talking Business with Ritz, live expert interview, and also subscribe and follow in our YouTube channel at Ritzel Rectra. All right, now get ready to dive into some valuable insights with our amazing guest, Coach Yamuna David here. She's a life coach, clinical hypnotherapist, and NLP practitioner. And she'll be sharing her wisdom on how to empower your mind and body through mindful fitness with NLP. All right, now let's talk business.
Talk business.
All right. So I did a little bit of research about NLP, and this is what I've gathered. So you just validate what I, if this is correct. All right. Now, NLP stands for Neuro Linguistic Programming. So it's like a user manual for your brain and communication. This is how I understand it. So it teaches you how to understand and use your thoughts and words to achieve your goals and improve your life. Now, it's bit like learning how to use the tools in your mental toolbox to build better relationships, boost confidence, and succeed in your personal and professional life. So, for me, NLP helps you reprogram your mind for possibility and success, kind of like a mental fitness routine. So that's what I understand about it. So, am I close, Coach?
Yes, absolutely. That was a very, very good explanation. The way I explain it to people is it's twofold. So, number one, it's about mirroring and modeling success. In that, if there is someone doing what you want to do and they do it successful, they have the equation to success. So, if you
Mhm.
do what they do, then you will find success. And it's not about copying or being inauthentic. It's
Mhm.
about applying the tools of success for yourself. That's on the one hand how I explain it. And the other way I explain is it's all about language. It's about the language that you're using in your mind. It's the way you speak to yourself. It's the way words and sentence structures can work for you.
All right. Now, Building strong bonds and nurturing healthy relationships is essential for a fulfilled life, now both personal and in business. So it's about more than just surface interactions, and it's about truly connecting on a deeper level. So I'm going to be flashing our first topic will be building strong bonds, nurturing healthy relationships. So Coach Yamona, how can developing healthy relationships contribute to overall mental and emotional well-being, which is we all know a key aspect of mindful fitness?
Well, if you take our being straight back to the base level, we are tribal people. We are meant to live in communities. And so that is very important. You should have people, like-minded people around you for your mental health. But the first thing I really, really want to say about healthy relationships is it really, really does start within you. You have to have a healthy relationship with yourself, because we're all energetic beings, and you need to we all vibrate on a frequency. And
Mhm.
the more you love yourself, the more you'll have people around that love in the same way as you know. You don't need to have a huge community. When you say like we should have healthy relationships, it doesn't mean you need 5, 6, 10, 20, 30 like-minded people around you. You don't need 10 best friends. If you even have 2 or 3 very close, authentic relationships that fulfill you, that's what it's about. It's not about a popularity contest. It's definitely quality over quantity. Um, but again, I will always say, if you don't have a healthy relationship with yourself, if you're suffering with things like feeling less worthy than, then you're going to struggle with other relationships.
Wow, that's interesting. Now, in realm of entrepreneurship, right? How can nurturing strong bonds with clients and colleagues positively impact our business success?
To be honest, I think it's really, really a good idea to have someone come to the business as a professional and give you some tips and tricks on how to have healthier relationships in the work environment. There are a lot of people who work long hours and spend more time with work colleagues than they do their children or their spouse.
Mhm.
You want that
So,
environment to be a healthy one. If you're constantly stressed at work because you have a high workload, it's only going to be worse for you if you don't like the people that you're around. And it's okay, actually, if you acknowledge, what, I don't really like this team. But how long are you willing to stay at a job where you don't like the people that you work with, right? Not everybody is for you. That's okay. But again, I would encourage people to find employment where you don't hate your colleagues. Um, and there are lots of things that you can do more than just going for a drink with your colleagues on a Friday night, although that can be nice. But I always feel like if you do something like climb a mountain together or go away for a retreat for the weekend, like bonding experiences where you see your coworkers outside of the work environment, not
mhm.
every not every week, but I think it would be really, really beneficial to companies. I've seen it myself anyway. Um, when they have time to be themselves and not in work mode, that creates healthier bonds in the workplace.
All right. Now, is there one specific NLP techniques that you can share with our audience that can, help in building better communication and understanding in both personal and in business relationship?
I think there are so many things that I could say, but what I think the most important thing is to understand your triggers.
Mm-hmm.
We all have triggers. That's, when something might have been said or done and you have like an over emotional response to it, it's probably coming from you. If you can acknowledge your triggers, you're not going to project onto people maybe your insecurities or your stress load or something like that. In business and personal, understand your triggers. Again, your triggers, just like your inner critic and imposter syndrome, are telling you something. There is something that you're not happy with. Maybe you need to remove yourself from a situation. Maybe you need to discuss a boundary. Maybe you need to sit with what it was that triggered you. Like, do you not like what someone did? Do you not like who they are? If you don't like who they are, what is it exactly? Is it something inherently that's them? Or are they triggering you because they remind you of someone you don't like in your past, potentially your childhood even, right? So I would say that in business and in personal, understand your triggers and sit with your triggers. They're trying to tell you something.
All right. That would probably be, I don't like the person itself.
Hey, we can't like everybody. It's okay.
Correct. Now, from a business standpoint, how can this technique that you shared help, entrepreneurs build lasting partnership and collaboration?
I think, again, in business and personal, if you understand your triggers, hopefully you're in an environment that is a safe space where you can communicate your needs. A work environment should also be a safe space. It's very, very difficult to have success when you're working in a toxic work environment where people are overstressed or, like I said, triggered. I suppose it does help if you have like a good human resources team because they're behind you in the bigger companies. That's very, very important. But with smaller entrepreneurial businesses where there's just like a small team, again, you need to be able to discuss in a professional manner, in a kind manner, without being malicious or spiteful to the people you work around you, so you can have the best success overall.
Yeah, it's common for virtual teams, for entrepreneurs to have. So most of them actually are working with other people around the world. So there are cultural barriers, language barriers, and all that. So if you are an entrepreneur, you have to be ready for that. You have to understand how to go around it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Doesn't matter the culture, doesn't matter the language, they're all human beings.
Exactly. Like, I mean, respect is a big one, like respect your team, respect your boss, respect your employee. If you're not working in a respectful environment, again, it's going to cause lots of problems in your business dynamic.
Quite true. All right. Now, the second topic will focus more on our subconscious capabilities using the technique called hypnotherapy. So I'm sharing the second topic, which is unlock your potential, hypno life coaching for personal growth. So, Coach Yamuna, how does hypnotherapy contribute to personal growth, and how can it positively, impact our entrepreneur's business journey?
Okay, so clinical hypnotherapy works with the subconscious mind, and a lot of people seem to think that it's more on the spiritual side or that it doesn't really work. It does work. There is plenty of research to show that it works. In my opinion, when it doesn't work, it's when people are particularly high stressed, high strung, and they don't actually know how to relax. Clinical hypnotherapy, you need to be relaxed. You need to access the subconscious mind, which happens when you are relaxed. The way
Mhm.
I like to do it, clinical hypnotherapy will I like to use neurolinguistic programming in the state of hypnosis. So neurolinguistic programming helps you break the current associations with whatever habit. Say you are particularly lacking in confidence, right?
Mhm.
Neurolinguistic programming will sort of break those ties. Clinical hypnotherapy then reinforces the better behavior, the more positive behavior that you want to implement into your life, right? It's about brain reprogramming, if you were reprogramming your own brain to benefit your life, the life that you want.
Mhm.
I also find feel like I have to mention this. Some people, again, language is so important. Some people simply don't resonate with the word hypnotherapy. So I sometimes, depending on my client, just don't use that word. I understand that it doesn't resonate with them. So instead, I will use a term like brain reprogramming. So we will do some breathing exercises. We get the body relaxed. We, access the subconscious mind. Then we feed it all this positive reinforcement.
So how does it translate to, any tangible business success?
It's about just feeding the brain the right information for your success. So, for example, listening to information or reading books, all of that is going into your mind. Be careful the information that you feed your mind, even in your
Mm.
personal
True.
time. So many women, we love going to bed, watching like horror movies or, murder mysteries. And there is some evidence now that shows that these women had very traumatic childhoods, that
Mhm.
they enjoy the programming of watching something scary before they go to sleep because it's familiar to them, right? It's all about the information you're giving your brain at any given time. So listen to some brain reprogramming audios, or go onto YouTube and research how you can reprogram your brain, how you can use neuro-linguistic programming to benefit your life, right? Like I said, hypno might not be the right word for people. Use brain reprogramming.
Brain reprogramming. All right. Now, how does this align with improving decision making and leadership skills in having a business, in
I would
running a
say
business, let's say?
I would say it's all about the practice. It's a practice. You're not going to well, there are rapid transformational techniques in
Mhm.
NLP, which I'm very, very passionate about. But other things in life, they take a practice, right? So if you have had a very negative thinking pattern of how you might run a business or your capability of running a successful business. If you've constantly said, there's no way I could run a business. Oh, I could never start a business. Oh, I wouldn't have a successful business. If you've constantly been telling yourself that, it might take a little while for you to reframe, reprogram, rephrase all of these sentences. And in that case, I would just say, if that's you, if you're constantly saying, oh, I'm not sure I can do this, just acknowledge how often you say that in your business, and then just add on another sentence that says, no, actually, I can do it, right? Reprogram, talk to yourself, use that internal dialogue for your advantage. If you're constantly saying, I can't do this, actually, yes, I can. Oh, I don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah.
All of these little things, they will help you. But your internal dialogue is very, very important. Do not let your imposter syndrome run around. Do not let that monkey brain convince you that you can't do it. If other people have done it, you can do it too.
Yeah, true. Now, I have one guest that say something about that monkey brain. Her advice would be give that monkey brain a banana to shut up.
Fantastic. I love to hear that. And let me tell you, this is NLP. NLP is all about your internal perception. So she heard that, and she did a little thing in her brain, and she created a little story, and she's like, you know what, I'm going to give you the banana. Using your creative brain is such a bonus. Like, you can your brain doesn't always know what is real. So if you feed it the right information in a good state of mind, that's you brain reprogramming.
All right. Wow, right? Pure gold. So we've explored two topics right now. The third topic is a very interesting topic. So now you might be wondering, let me just flash the third topic. Everybody might be wondering, what does quitting smoking have to do with mindful fitness and physical empowerment, especially in the realm of business? So, well, think about it this way. Just as we work on strengthening our bodies and minds, right? Eliminating harmful habits like smoking is a very significant stride toward holistic well-being. I'm sure Coach Yamuna will agree. So let's talk about Coach Yamuna. Let's talk about kicking a habit that's harder to let go than the snooze button when you want to wake up in the morning. How can saying no No more to smoking. Help us embrace a yes, please attitude toward business success.
It's all related to your true desires, what you really, really want in your life. It's
Mhm.
not actually hard to change anything in your life as long as you have that true, deep desire for that change. So, again, with neuro linguistic programming, I help people quit smoking. They have smoked sometimes for 40, 50, 60 years. And after they
Yeah.
come to me for a breakthrough session, I've seen people who do a quit smoking program in 7 days, 21 days. My program has a 100% success rate, and it is one-off session. It is a one-off breakthrough session, which lasts between 3 to 5 hours, and thereafter my clients never smoke again. It's all about the true desire to quit smoking, just like any other area of your life or business. If you truly want something, let's look at it. Let's bring awareness to why we want to change it. Let's figure out what we want to replace this bad habit with, you know. And again, practice, practice. That's why my company is called the Why Practice. You know, you have to practice your ideal life. You have to practice your ideal business. And in business, that can be a little bit hard when you have like employees and bills to pay, but
Yeah.
it is still a practice, right? And again, you have to be adaptable so you can change with the times. We're always changing, you know?
All right. Now, this is an interesting question. So, Coach Yamuna, we know that most of the people, or most of the time, people smokes because of they just passing the time, or they got used to it, or they needed to think. All right, I know for a fact, personal experience. I have my father-in-law who's in heaven now. He's a creative, right? He's a creative, and he can't do his stuff, his work, without the cigarette in his hand. So it's like, okay. And then my dad is also the same. He can't think and do something without really smoking. So how can quitting smoking boost mental clarity and translate to making better entrepreneurial decisions?
So, what I'm going to do here is just point out, this is what I do with my clients as well, what you just said. They
Mm,
can't do it. Your father in law couldn't do it. And your, did you say father as well?
yeah.
Couldn't do it. That is a limiting belief. They could do it. Anyone can change. They have created a habit where their smoking is part of their creative routine. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the reasons that my quit smoking program has a 100% success rate is that I put the potential clients through a quit smoking e-guide, bringing awareness to their relationship with smoking. So you could use this with regards to any other unwanted habit. Let's look at the relationship you have. When did it start? Why did it start? Do you actually like it? Right? And sometimes I go through this e-guide and the people say, you know what, I really like smoking. I like it. It really brings me a lot of peace, a lot of joy. It's my safe space. And then I say to them, do you really want to quit? And then they say, oh, no, I don't. Cool. Like, I have now shown you the facts. You are now aware of
Mm-hmm.
the situation, right? It's about bringing awareness. Too many people smoke and they don't actually know any of the horrific things that happen. They say, oh, mouth cancer, lung cancer. No, no, there's a whole other heap of stuff that will happen to your body if you continuously smoke at this rate. And yes, it can be genetic. Some people can smoke all their life and never have any ailments. Some people will get horrific situations from passive smoking, right? But most people I know that come to my quit smoking program, they don't actually know how detrimental it is to your health, right? We're not talking just, mouth cancer, lung cancer. We're talking bad teeth, bad breath, smelly clothes, a big money expenditure, which is always a very good grounding point, right? I say to them, okay, well, we're going to figure out how much money you have spent in the last month on cigarettes, how much you have spent in 3 months, how much you have spent in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years. And when you
Yeah.
look at the reality, it's a big breakthrough.
Yeah, that would be an increase in cash flow.
People always say to me, like, oh, that's like 3 holidays. Yes, it is a lot of money for a habit that is unhealthy to you.
Yeah. All right. That is a mic drop around there. All right, everyone. Now, as we wrap up, okay, we're segueing to the next segment. As we wrap up this segment, let's reflect on the valuable information shared by our coach Yamuna. Here are some of my takeaways for today's episode. So, building strong bonds, you nurturing your healthy relationships. We have to prioritize meaningful connections in both our personal and business relationships. So, it's just a summary on that. Unlock your potential, hypno life coaching. This is our second topic. Just like physical fitness enhances our body, this mental workout boosts your confidence, reduces stress, and improves focus. So quality is vital on both personal and professional life. And for the break free empowerment through quit smoking strategies, as we just discussed, my takeaway here is an increase in cash flow. Definitely, if you quit smoking, this is a very expensive habit. You're burning your earnings, your monthly earnings all the time, every day. So if you stop that, you'll be able to, go on more holidays.
Yeah.
All right, now for people who came in late, please watch the replay inside a group talking business with Ritz live expert interview. And then now let's move on to the next segment, work with the expert, where our coach Yamona here will share her unique offers to help you further with navigating mindful fitness with NLP. All right. All right, now comes the segment where we've all been waiting for, work with the expert. Coach Yamuna David had generously shared her pearls of wisdom on navigating mindful fitness with NLP. It's not just about learning, it's about transformation. And now in this segment, Coach Yamuna is ready to take that transformation even further. Now she's here to offer you a chance to dive deeper into mindful fitness and NLP and quit smoking, all right? Bringing her expertise and transformative strategies into your own life. So, Coach Yamona, could you tell us more about what offer you have for us today?
So I have 2 offers that I would like to discuss. One is the Quit Smoking e-guide, which you can find on my website, thewhypractice.org. Like I said, this e-guide is going to help you understand your relationship with smoking. And once you have completed that, you can then get access to the breakthrough session at a discounted rate. Like I said, if you want to quit smoking and you're serious about it, it doesn't matter if you feel apprehensive or nervous. That is completely part of the journey. And I will help you navigate through that if you book the breakthrough session. That's one of my offers. And then the second offer is I have a bunch of packages on my website for Active NLP. Active NLP can be taught online via Zoom, and it will be creating a complete tailor-made package for your mindful fitness needs. I work with many, many experts in the fitness industry who all work on strengthening the body, especially around injuries as well. Not always, if you go to the doctor or a physio, are they going to have the actual expertise behind it. The power of the mind is very, very important when it comes to healing injuries. So if you come to the Why Practice and buy a package, no matter where you are on your fitness journey, your weight loss journey, your prep journey, we will put a package together for you. So you're going to get to your goals in the best way possible by nurturing your body, not punishing it.
All right, that sounds amazing, Coach Yamuna. I'm sure our audience would love to know how they can get in touch with you and learn more about this aside from your website, which is running below.
So that is me, the 𝐻𝐢practice.org. And I'm also on the socials. We've got the Why Practice in Instagram and on Facebook. And then I also have a specific Instagram page for active NLP. It is active_NLP. I share my workouts there every day and just try and post as many things for people to be inspired into some form of fitness. Like I said, you are not going to be able to live a happy, fulfilling, long, healthy life without taking care of your body. And it is more than just lifting weights or doing some cardio. It's really, tuning into your body, finding out what it needs, nurturing it, growing with it, and loving it. It's a self-care practice.
All right, wonderful. Now, before we wrap up, Coach Yamuna, do you have any personal advice or final words of wisdom you'd like to share with our audience?
I would just say probably like you're not alone. There are so many people who feel that they don't have a community, but you're not alone. Like if you go out and look for your tribe, you will find your people, and it's going to make all the difference to your life, and your trauma is not everything about you. You can get over your trauma, you can heal your trauma, you deserve to live a happy, fulfilling life.
All right, that's such a valuable advice, Coach Yamuna. Now, thank you for sharing that. I'm sure that our audience gained so much valuable knowledge from you today. So kindly, Coach Yamuna, kindly remind the audience once again about the exciting offers you have prepared for them.
Okay, so if you want to quit smoking for good and rid yourself from a habit that is unhealthy and expensive, please come to the 𝐻𝐢practice.org and get your free quit smoking e-guide to help you understand your relationship with smoking. Thereafter, get a discounted rate to my breakthrough session, a one-off session. Thereafter, you will never smoke again. Also, please visit the 𝐻Practice for your mindful fitness journey. Even if you don't like fitness, even if you hate it, please come to the 𝐻Practice.org and we will help you on your journey of healing, nurturing your mind, body, and soul through movement therapy.
All right. Now, before we wrap up, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to you, Coach Yamuna, for being here with us today and sharing your expertise. All right. Would you like to say your goodbyes to the audience?
Yes, thank you for tuning in. Even if you are watching on replay, I hope I have managed to give you some little nugget of education that will help you on your journey. Thank you so much to you. It's been lovely to chat to you. I really appreciate your time and your expertise. From one businesswoman to another, I salute you.
All right. That's Coach Yamuna David. All right. Stay there until we close up the show to my pambam as our time together draws to a close. I want to leave you with a thought. Remember that true empowerment comes from within. So as you embark on your mindful fitness and personal quests, keep nurturing your mind and body. All right. Thank you all for joining us today in this enlightening journey with Coach Yamuna David. The journey doesn't end here, it's just the beginning. Take baby steps to move your needle forward, even just a little. So keep the fire of curiosity burning and join us again for the next episode of Talking Business with Ritz. Together, we'll continue to unlock new horizons of knowledge and success. So stay tuned, stay motivated, stay focused, stay safe and healthy. This is Ritzel Loreto Rectra and Coach Yamuna David. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams. All right? And Where's my stuff? There you go. Keep chasing your dreams and keep talking business with Ritz. See you next time, everyone.